Hey guys, it is Andrea, and today I'm coming at you with a plan with me using the Cloudbusting kit from our shop. It is still in stock. I will leave it linked down below along with anything else that I used, but I am using a mixed metal this week. I am using hollow and lavender hollow, as always using my Aura Estelle Cloud Planner, A5 wide inserts, and I am obsessed with this kit with this foil bundle combo. I'm using some items that I have from my lavender hollow foil bundles, and then I'm also using just a couple of pieces from the mixed metal, and I think it turned out so pretty. And then I'm also just bringing in some random other hollow items to kind of round everything out. But whenever I was picking out foil for this kit, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna probably use a celestial hollow or like maybe lavender hollow something, I don't know. And then I was flipping through all of my foils and I saw this and I was like, excuse me, this is like the perfect combo for this kit because the lavender hollow has the purple colors and then the hollow has the like bluer colors, and I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. I don't know why, but I literally don't feel as burpy as I do whenever I'm like filming. And I feel like I talk a lot during the day, but like maybe it's just like the level of like talking. I'm not as calm as my normal talking. I don't know. I get excited and then I get burpy. I drink so much water. Okay, so this week was the week we found out the sex of the baby, which was really exciting. And I don't remember what kit I had plugged in here, but I thought this one was cute because it had like the pink and the blue and like purple and clouds and like, I don't know, just like pretty cute stuff. I'm gonna talk a little bit quieter now because I think that like I irritated Bennett whenever I was talking really loud. He's like pretty much almost asleep, I think, but obviously not quite. I thought he was, but he's not. So I normally try and do all my voiceovers whenever the boys are sleeping, just because it's like the quietest time of day inside my house and also outside of my house. But I'm going to talk a little bit quieter. Probably by the end of the video, my voice will get back up to like normal Andrea height of like loudness. But for now, I'm going to try and keep it a little bit lower. But I feel like the past few weeks, I've used so many extender boxes. I don't know if my extender boxes video thing is going to be up before this. If it is, I'll link it down below. If it's not, it's coming very soon, like within the next couple of videos, where I'm going to go over all of the ways that it's intended to use the extenders, as well as the like tips and tricks for the way that I personally use them. Because if you guys have watched me put extenders on anytime recently, you notice that I don't use them as they're intended. I've just found a way that kind of doesn't involve so much bulk. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that that time too. I think I also put a quote box in here, but I don't remember what quote it was. If I remember, I'll link it down below. But anyways, let's go ahead into the day by day. On Monday, I slept in a little bit. And then Nick's parents came over to babysit because I had a doctor's appointment this day. I think this was actually my first doctor's appointment. I mentioned in my last video that my doctor's appointments got like rescheduled. Was this my doctor's appointment? I don't even know. And then this day they didn't even check like anything. It was basically like a physical. I switched gynecologists and I'm not used to the way that this one works, but I do really like her, thankfully, because I did have this like really terrible experience with the gynecologist when I tried switching for the pregnancy with Theo. So I was really nervous about switching, but my old gynecologist is just way too far away now. She was actually very far away from my old house. She was closer to the beginning house. But like I said, I had a really bad experience, so I ended up just driving and getting over it. And the hospital was like farther away when I had a hospital literally across the street. But I was spent after that experience. But what was I gonna say? So I found one that's closer, and I was really nervous, but she's really nice, and I'm very excited that it like worked out. And I feel like they're very fast, and the hospital that I'll be delivering at is like only 20 minutes away, which if I would have stayed on my old gynecologist, it would have been like, with traffic, too long. But without traffic, like 35, 45, probably more like 45 without traffic, if we're being honest. But then I also found out, I think like 2 weeks ago, that my old doctor is out of network now. So that wouldn't have worked either. So it all worked out, but that was my first doctor's appointment. And then I took a really long nap when I came home. And then for dinner, we had Panera. And then I put in that Nick was annoying me, like I mentioned, for the past couple of weeks. I feel like that was just like a theme. Like once a week he would just be like really annoying, but I blame it on like my hormones for the most part. Just like sensitive sometimes. And then we watched 90 Day Single Life. I'm trying to work through the burps, guys. I don't feel like this any other time, but also it might be because like usually whenever I'm doing these voiceovers, I will have just like cooked a full dinner, ate the full dinner, and then helped with putting the boys to bed. So I feel like I'm spent. It's been like an hour of like movement whenever I'm used to just like chilling. And when I work, it's just like a chill time all day. Like it's chill, but it's like the evening's long. So that's maybe why I'm just like, whew, I just want to drink a gallon of water. On Tuesday, I laid in bed for a while in the morning. I was still feeling like kind of just like in the dumps as far as just like sick and just kind of like tired, lethargic. And then I laid in bed basically like all day, so there's like nothing else to put in. So I put in that we had Rudy's for dinner, which I love Rudy's. I go for Rudy's right now. Not like right now, I'm not like hungry, I just ate. But I love their turkey. It's so good. And their cream corn and their new potatoes. It's just so delicious. And it's a safe meal for me because there's like nothing crazy going on. But I just love Rudy's. It's just so good. And then I did have a shower with Bennett. He was really obsessed with showers for a while, but now he's back on the bath bomb kick. And I am just like, it's like 112 degrees outside. It's not like bath weather. It's like shower in cold water weather. And then we had a late night snack, which is kind of pertinent. Normally, I guess I would have put this in, but I had gotten the email earlier in the day that Sneak Peek, which is the place that we did the blood test thing through to find out the sex of the baby, that they had gotten our sample, and it was like, you'll find out later today what the situation is. And so we were just waiting, and a lot of people said that you get it like after 6 p.m. And I think it was, what's the not Eastern, Central Standard Time? No, that's me. What's the other one? Why can't I think of it? CST? No, what's the West Coast? Pacific Time. Duh. So 6 p.m. So that's like 8. So Nick was like, all right, I'm going to go get Dairy Queen and Wendy's. And whenever he was gone, I like checked my email and I saw the title was like, I don't remember even what it said, but it was like basically like the results are in type thing. And I called him and I like texted like everyone, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And everyone's like, just send it to me. And I'm like, I can't send it to you without me like opening it. And also like, I want to know first before you do. And Nick's like, we just wait till I get home. And obviously I was going to wait till Nick got home. But I had like looked up earlier in the day kind of like what it looks like whenever you like open the email, and like what the subject line was, because I was mostly curious if it like told you in the subject line. And Nick came home and he's like, oh my God, and we're both like so nervous, because normally what happens is we don't really have a lead up. We usually, with the like genetics testing, they'll just call you and be like, oh, everything was good, blah 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 blah, low for this, that, and another thing. And then they're like, do you want to know the sex of the baby? And then you say yes, and then they just tell you there's no like lead up. It's just like they randomly call you like 2 weeks later after that appointment. So we open the email, and it's like this little GIF, which is hilarious. I saved it because that was so funny. It's basically like this white screen, and then this pink poofs out, and I literally the whole time was like, it's a boy. And like Nick was like, no, it's a girl. And I'm like, no, it's a boy. 3 boys, it sounds so fun. Like, we have all the clothes, blah blah blah. Like, even though I'm saving a lot of their clothes for the third baby, but it is a girl, which was to my surprise. I feel like I was just like spitting out boys left and right. But yeah, it's a girl, and I just feel like maybe if you have two of the same sex, you're like, you're kind of like, not that you don't know what to do with the other sex, but you're like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm a boy mom, but like also I don't, like, what is a boy mom? I don't know, it's a whole thing. I feel like I was in denial for a while, and then, well, actually I was in denial basically because I was like, okay, we did this literally like at the earliest that you can do it, and what if the like male DNA or whatever isn't in my bloodstream yet? Like, what if it's just not there yet? It's not high enough to detect. And then I was, in denial for a while. And then we did the genetic testing, like I said. I think that was at like 10 or 12 weeks, 12 maybe. And they called us while we were at the beach and told us that it was a girl. So it is officially a girl. And that is that. Very exciting. I think this kid turned out really cute for it. I'm going to also be a girl mom, which is crazy. Yeah, it's exciting. Bennett's excited. Theo doesn't care about anything besides, I don't know, what he recently started to say tickle tickle, which is really cute. And he likes dancing to into the thick of it. But other than that, Theo doesn't care about much, and food and stealing my water. So there's that. Oh, that's Nick. I was like, is Bennett like walking around? But I think Nick is seeing what's up with Theo. But anyways, there's that. And then Nick and I just hung out. We were both just kind of like, what? This is real? It's because Nick was like so sure it was a girl. So that was funny. I was pretty sure that both boys were boys. So I feel like I hadn't thought any different. So I was like, I'm always right. But I was not right this time. So then on Wednesday, Nick's parents came and watched the kids again. And we went and got Cabo Bobs. I think we had to do something else. Like maybe we took packages this day or something, but I don't think that they just came so that we could eat Cabo Bobs. But anyways, we got Cabo Bobs, which also sounds really good. And then I took a super long nap, which was funny because then I love the sticker that I used, the stick with the Planco one for cursing calling, because my phone does not vibrate. It doesn't ring. It doesn't light up. It doesn't do anything. I have it all set off. I have my notifications minimal. Like, it doesn't notify me on Instagram, doesn't notify me on my emails. It just notifies me of text, but it doesn't light up. I have it set so that basically I'm on Do Not Disturb all the time. The only people that call me and it'll ring are Nick, Kirsten, and Nick's parents, and that's it. So Kirsten called me, and Kirsten's on emergency call, so that's basically what it is. So you can set it that was so when specific contacts call you, it rings. Kirsten's on that because whenever she had Reagan, I was waiting for the phone call because she was like, I'm going to call you, and it was like really early in the morning too, and she called, and I was, well, actually Brian called, I think, using Kirsten's phone probably. It was, and I remember thinking that was a dream because it was at like 4:00 in the morning. But anyways, Kirsten called, so I heard it ring. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. And she's like, hey, we're like driving by because like we're getting food, but they didn't open yet. And we have like a couple minutes. Can we come see the house? And I was like, yeah, sure. So they came. We're like, all right, let's just like order food. It's like, whatever, like you're here. Let's order food because we need food too. And I wasn't in a cooking mood for the past couple of months. Let's be real. So the kids got to play together, and then we got hibachi for dinner, which is the place that they told us about, which was so yum. I actually haven't had it in like forever because I always forget that it exists whenever I'm like, okay, let's get from out. It's just never like, it doesn't pop in my brain. Nick and I have been talking for literally like 4 years. I feel like since not our last house, but the last house we lived in, we're like, we need to come up with like this list of like food, like that of to-go food, and then also like if we like wanted to go out to eat of like different places, because we always forget like things are options, and then we're like and then categorize it by also like Mexican food, pizza, like whatever, just like categorize it down, and then like whenever we go we can like rate it if it's somewhere new, and then like a list of like places we want to try because we always just forget. So anyways, there's that, and then we just hung out and we went to bed super early because I was super tired this day. And then on Thursday, we got Burger King for breakfast, which was a mistake. I, at one point, was obsessed with Burger Kings what are they called? French toast sticks. I'm also just obsessed kind of with Burger King. Like, it never is a good decision, but like I love a Whopper Jr. Not a Whopper Jr. with cheese. I think that's gross. Ugh. But a Whopper Jr. and their French fries with ranch dressing, ugh, love it. But their French toast sticks at one point in my life, I think it was when Bennett was really little, I was obsessed with those. Like, it was insane. But I got them this day and they're not as good as I remember. But I also think I remember them being like, if they're too cooked, they just taste crazy, but also they're like hecka sweet with the syrup. It's just like you have to like lightly dip. So we had that, slept in a little, laid in bed. I was feeling a little warm this day, just not like myself and just kind of like bleh. And then we had Burger King for lunch, which was also probably a mistake. I think it was because I wanted a slushie though. That's what like happened. I think I got French fries, but I got like a slushie and I think they didn't have red or Coke. They had something else, which was actually not that bad, but it wasn't my favorite. I think at this point I was really craving like slushy ice, like just like I wish that I could just have a water slushy, like no flavor, just like the like really teeny tiny ice particles. That would just be amazing. But like at this point I was like into slushies right now because I think like every time I went somewhere I got a slushie. Then for dinner we had Olive Garden, eating out like crazy. Also literally doing nothing because all I'm doing is marking my food. We got Olive Garden. I think I got the chicken scampi, and I didn't think I ate the chicken. I think I just ate the pasta, and then Nick ate my chicken, but it was good. I love getting Olive Garden to go because I feel like it's like a 2 to 3 meal thing, because usually I can get like a pasta and eat it for like dinner and then eat it for dinner the next day, and then the salad I have for lunch. So I feel like you can stretch an Olive Garden meal, which is crazy. We watched 90 Day. On Friday, I got McDonald's for breakfast, which probably got a hash brown and the orange high C. If you know, you know. Orange high C at McDonald's is where it's at. It was gone for years. It's back now. It's so good. But it has to be like ice cold. Otherwise, it's nasty. But it's so good. I missed it. I remember reading an article that I was coming back and I literally freaked out. I texted Kirsten and Kirsten's like, "You're disgusting." And I was like, oh, yeah. I don't think everybody loves it. I think it's just like a select few. So if you're one of us, let me know down below. If you're on the orange high C from McDonald's train, it's so good. I think it actually has like an actual name, but I just call it the orange high C. I think there actually is like a real name, but I don't know what it is. So there was that lazy day. We had a Jack Allen for dinner. I don't remember what I got. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I got a burger. I love the bread from Jack Allen and then also from Phil's. I don't actually know what kind of bread it is. It might be like a ciabatta bread, but it's like different than any other ciabatta bread I've ever had. It's like, I don't know, it's like softer and like, it's just like soft, fluffy. I don't know. It's really nice. But I love the bread. So I usually just get a burger, but their ranch dressing is also like amazing. Yeah, it doesn't even say what kind of, they don't say what kind of like, sourdough. It's a sourdough bun. Interesting. It's not what I thought it was. But I don't even remember what I get. They have so many burgers. It's just so good. But there is that. And then I was emotional because we canceled Disney because I was getting whiffs basically that they were going to like lift mask mandates, which I feel like if it was me, Bennett, and Nick going, it'd be fine because like we can all wear masks. But like TT like being around like a bunch of people without masks really makes me nervous. So I decided to nix that idea. And then we watched 90 Day Happily Ever After. On Saturday, I think the Nick's parents came and watched the kids, and we went and looked at a Volvo because our current car, not many cars actually can fit 3 car seats in the back seat, which is just something I didn't think about. And then when I thought about it, I was like, oh dang. And then also right now, like getting cars is like really hard. So we had to like figure it out. So I wanted to look at Volvo because they had like a 3rd row. I feel like it was a good price point, and I think it was even hybrid. So I was like, all right, let's go look at it. They didn't have the exact configuration Nick wanted. I don't understand anything about cars. I was just like, it has a 3rd row. It's kind of what we need. I know like you can get like trucks that fit like 3 car seats, but And then also, like, if you had one in a booster, but Bennett's not quite at the booster age yet. So we went and looked at Volvo, and then we got Doc B's for lunch, and then we went to the Domain and went to Zara and H&M, and then we got the baby's first clothes. I need a drink. At Zara and H&M. I got TT a lot of stuff too, I think. Because TT, like I said, he wears through stuff. Like all of his jeans that he had probably about 7 pairs of pants, like pants, jeans. He had holes in the knees of each and every one of them. Like, and that's, I mean, how many days did he wear them? He wears through it. Shirts wears through them. Like, Bennett never wore through anything. We saved basically everything of Bennett's, but TT's wearing through everything of Bennett. So basically, like, the third baby's gonna have nothing except for pajamas because TT, like, blew through the sizes really fast, and we had to get him, like, pajamas in his size because Bennett wasn't in like zip pajamas that long. Like, Bennett was in at 18 to 2T, he was in like real pajamas, but TT's still in like the zip ones because he's little. Anyways, but I recently went through their clothes, and Bennett's gonna need clothes in the fall because he has like 4 long sleeve shirts and like no pants that fit him. And TT's like hooked up basically until, I mean, I think he's gonna be hooked up forever because, like I said, Bennett doesn't wear through clothes. TT wears through the clothes. Third baby's getting no hand-me-downs. There's like some things, but not many things at all. Then Amanda came over this night, and we talked outside for a little bit, and then it's funny because I don't think Nick even spelled it right because it's just like a jumble of words that he wrote. We got dinner from out. It was like, I don't remember. Let me look up what kind of food it is exactly. I hate like saying wrong and then not knowing. Let me put it. Oh wait, I think it's Latin. Yeah, Latin food. It was so good. Latin fusion. Yeah. It was really good. Like really, really good. I tried Amanda's too. Really, really good. I definitely eat there again. They have churros, which is good. Then I just put in there at a late night. Basically, anytime Amanda comes over, it's a late night because we just talk, and then we end up being like, oh, it's 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock or something crazy. Crazy, I know. 10 o'clock is crazy for me. Then on Sunday, I wanted to book like a trip. I was thinking of going to like the zoo, but I just was like, I don't know. I'm just like tired and like sick, so I'm going to go to the zoo in October, I think, when it's like cooler and like probably not super crowded because the kids are in school. Obviously, they do field trips and stuff, but just not super crazy because I feel like in the summer it's hot and then it's just like crowded. So I'm like, no zoo right now. We'll go when it's cool. Then I put in that I was like sad and mad because I was just like, I don't know, I was just like emotional. I get emotional every once in a while where I'm like, I'm just stuck at home. But it's just definitely first world problems. Just get over it, Andrea. So took a cold shower this day, like a really cold shower. I think I was just also not feeling well because I think it was like a ice cold shower, which I don't know. I just am feeling warm and kind of yucky this week. And then I just put in that I felt like dizzy and sick after my shower. So I don't know if it was the shower or just before. I just didn't feel good. And then I just laid in bed for a while. Then this night, I watched the tell-all. Oh my god, wait, no. This was the worst night of my whole life, guys. I should have talked about this earlier. This was the worst night of my life. Like, basically, like, pain-wise, besides labor, this was the worst night of my life. So I hadn't pooped. I know this might be TMI, but, like, we all poop. So I hadn't pooped for a week because my doctor gave me this new medicine. She gave it to me on Monday, so I hadn't pooped since Sunday. And I'm an everydayer, so in case you're wondering about my bowel movements. But I hadn't pooped since Sunday, and that's not regular for me. And I was having really bad gas pains. I think this might have actually been half of the problem this day. But I literally felt like I was having labor pains. Like every 5 to 15 minutes, I would like keel over and like be like borderline crying, like in pain with gas pains. And I called my the hotline, like the nurse hotline, and after like hours of it, right, I called and I was like, I don't know what to do. I can't like live like this. Like it was like hours and they weren't going away. And it was like every, like I said, 5 to 15 minutes. And she was like, oh, well, just like introduce more fiber to your diet and drink prune juice. And I'm like, what is that going to do for me now? So she was like, yeah, you can take like, what's it called? Milk of magnesia? I don't know. That stuff, the stuff that makes you poop. She's like, you can take that, but it says to like consult your doctor first. And I was like, I ain't got time to consult my doctor tomorrow. It's like 10 o'clock at night. It's been hours of this already. And I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. So I had Nick go and get it because like everyone online said it was fine. And it's probably just like, if you have like other conditions, you probably shouldn't. Which my doctor then said like, yeah, you're fine. You can take it whenever you need it. And I also stopped taking the medicine because that wasn't worth it. So I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning, just feeling like terrible. And then you guys will find out in the next plan with me that the next morning, everything was fine. I went to the bathroom. It was like, I literally could have cried how happy I was, but it was the worst night of my life, the worst pain besides labor. But that's my plan with me for this week. I hope that you guys like it. It was definitely a roller coaster, but I hope that you liked the video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!